Okay, so we are going to start our tutorial. First, we will create or we will discuss about the variables and data types. Okay, what are the data types? The data types are the like integers, double, float, character, or string. So I assume that you know this one already in your school. But how to use this one into programming? So I assume that you already know what are the data types. The integer, double, float, string, character, or any other data types. I assume that you know already. Now I will show you how to use that data types in programming. And also variables, including the variables. The first topic here is data types, and I will put here the orange one, for example this one. So it means it's already variables, data types and variables. Okay, so first I will open my project. So if you are using Turbo C, just open your Turbo C. No problem. It's the same because this is C sharp. So the syntax is almost the same. The differences is the header. It's like include that p that include stdio.h. That one is for Turbo C. And include a hash include uh, what is that one in the C++? Just is the same. So the important thing here is the logic, which is how to use the data type. Okay. First, this is the first program. I will use this one first program. Okay. I use this one console application C sharp console application. Click this one, then console application. Click first program. Then I will create one folder here in my desktop to put all the programs in. The programming tutorials. Okay, I will save here first. Okay, so this is our first example. Okay, what are the data types? Integers, float, or whatever. These are the data types. Okay, so this is my compiler console application. But in your side, if you are using Turbo C, this one is include then stdio.h like that. So this is for Turbo C. For C++ also it's different, but we are focusing here inside. So we have the same logic here. The first is data type. How to use the data type? Yeah, how to use the data type in our programming. So for example, you want to compute the two numbers. So the syntax is like this. This is the syntax. This one is comments. In C sharp, double slash, this one is comments. But in Turbo C, I forgot in Turbo C, but I think like this also, or I forgot that one. In C++, maybe like this also, because Turbo C and C++, I used that one in when I was in college. But now, this is my focus now, C Sharp. This is for real world scenario, real world use, Java or C Sharp. This is the one. So how to use the data type? There are integers. For example, this is int. Integers in X. So int X, int is data type, X is the variable. Okay. Then double Y. So this one will be, the output of this one is no decimal point. Yeah. Double, there is decimal point. Float also, float, it's the same, almost the same. Double or float, it's almost the same. But the big size here is the double. So our example here is to create a simple computation. For example, int A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 10. So this is the how to declare the variable. Declaration of variable. Gusto mong sabihin, A, you assign value of 5. This one is what we call assignment operator. This is not equal because equal is this one, double equal. This one is assignment operator. Whatever is here, you put here. Whatever is here, you put in the variable B. Then, in sum. Okay? So, we will get the sum of two numbers. So, sum equals A plus B. This is the computation. Then how to print? How to display the output? In Turbo C, printf. Okay? And Turbo C is like this. Printf, like that. Like this, like this. Then sum. If I'm not mistaken, maybe this one, printf, like that. And in C++ is C out, like this. Just correct me if I'm wrong. But almost that like that. But in console application, almost the same. The syntax is different, but the output will be the same. So console dot write. There are two. Write, it means in one line. Write line means next line. There is a next line on this one. Okay. We'll put here write line. The sum is put like this plus sum. Okay, so this one will be display plus sum. Whatever the value is here will come here. So then console dot read key, this one, so that the console or the command prompt will stay up until you press any key. Because if you did not put this one, if you start, it will be like disappear. See, you cannot see the output. But if you click, if you put this one, read line or read key, it's okay. See, the sum is 15. Very simple. Okay. Next is another example. We will create another example. Okay. Another example is, I will go here, next project, we'll go for second program. Okay. Next example is, okay, ayan again. So why I created new project here? Because I want you to know that you can create one or more project in one solution in Visual Studio. This is the solution, the first one, and these are the project. You can add more project. Okay, so here we will have example another one. We will use the double one. Double num is equal to example 12.55. Then double, then num 2. I will use this one, num 1 is equal to 15.10. We will get the computation of sum. So double sum, okay, double difference, double multiplication, the product. I will use the prod variable. This is only variable. Any variable that you can use, it's okay, but make sure it will not be like this. It should not be start on the numbers. It should be start on the letters or underscore, like that. This is okay. Then double division, like that. This is a division quotient. What's that one? Example difference quotient, like that. So as you can see here, one line declaration, double num1 12.55, double num2 15.10. As you can see here, these are the variable that will hold the answer. Okay, I declare like this, but you can declare also like this, so that it will not be more lines. So double, if it is the same data type, you can use like this, because it's all double. So sum, difference, prod, quotient. If it is the same, if it is in the same data type, you can use like this, comma, 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 like that. But if like this, in num3 is equal to 50, you cannot put num, you cannot put, for example, you cannot compute this tree on this one double. It will not accept. For example, sum is equal to num3, okay, plus num1 plus num2 it is acceptable if it is sum is double, but if this is integer, it will not accept. Okay, if it is double, it means they will accept the integer value, integer number. But if the holder or the answer is only integer, they will not accept these two, num1 and num2. As you can see, there is error. Cannot implicitly convert double to int. You cannot convert double to int, right? Because double, there is decimal point, but you will pass the answer to the integer only, so you cannot convert. So we will put here double, so it can be okay. Console that right line, the sum is plus sum. Okay, the plus here is not the addition, this is the concatenation. Okay, it's like the separation of this one. This one will display, but this one is a variable. Whatever the number here, whatever the value is here, it will come here. Okay. Then is difference. So we will do like this. Num1 is equal to minus num2. Okay, then minus num3. It can be like that. Okay. Then we'll copy this one. Copy. The difference is diff. Same with this one. Use the product. Num1 times num2 times num3. This will be acceptable. Copy. The sum is not the sum, the product is prime. So whatever the value is here, it will come here. So the screen will display like this. The product is the number here. The last one is quotient. Num1 divided by num2. Okay, we'll do like this. After divided one, divide again. Divide num3. this will be acceptable. It depends on the requirements of your program. So quotient will be go. Then don't forget the console.read key. Yun. Start. The sum is 15. No, this is not the one. So you can say this is the bold one. It means this is the active one. So we will active this one. Right click, set as startup. So that if you run, it will start the second program. Okay, this is the output of the program. This is the sum is 77.65, difference negative 52. It's like that. There is a one. Then 9,000, the product, and 0.060, like that. This is the example. So now you will know how to declare a variable, how to assign a variable, and how to compute the data or the numbers. Okay? And how to display to the screen. This is the important. Okay? We will have an example. What if the user is the one who will input the number? As you can see here, the num1 variable is fixed. It's always 12.55. The num2 is always 15.10 because you put fixed number here. If you run the program, the answer will be the same. It will not change. If you run again, the result will be the same because this one is fixed. Now, question. What if the user want to compute the number? He wants to compute the number. For example, the user enter 1,500 and the other number is 2,000. Then, if you enter, you will see the sum. So, it means you are asking the user to input numbers. Not like this. Because this one is assigning data or assigning number to num1, fixed number. It is static number. It is not dynamic. Okay? So now, the next example is to how to ask the user to enter the number and the program will compute whatever they put. Okay? For example, user he put number 1,000, the next is 2,000, the sum will be 3,000, like that. Okay? This is the next example. Okay? So the next, let me see. Okay. Next example is, I will delete this one. Will create new one. So the next is we will ask the user to input his name. Okay. The output will be please enter your name. Then the user will enter. Next is please enter your age. The user will enter. Then we will put the output, uh, the name plus the age, like that. Okay? So ganito yon. First is we will declare variable. So I will put here the declare variable, declaration of variable. Okay. Ano yung mga gagamitin natin? What we are going to use? So we will use here string name. String, it means the data is include the double quote. It's inside the double quote. It's like this. Hello world. This is string. So it's like a letters. Like a word. This is string. Then age is string or number. So age is number. Okay, it's a number. There's no age like uh, name in the age. No, not like that. So it's only number. So we will put here double or integer. So we will use integer. You know, because we will get the uh, exact age of the user. Okay. Then this is it. We will ask the user. So how to ask? So console. This is how to print or how to display the data. So console dot write line like this. Please enter your name like this. Please enter your name. Then we will use this variable. So whatever the name, the input, it will hold by this variable. It's like this. Name is equal to console dot read line. Yeah. This is it. So please enter the name. The user will enter this line, this data, then it will hold by the variable name. Next is console dot write line. Please enter your age. Yan. Then, dito, age, console, dot, yan. Read line is for string. For integer, we will use read line, but we will convert this one to integer. As you can see, this one is string. Console read line is string. So how to convert? We will use here convert dot int 32 like that. Okay, this one. This is for C#. It can be like this. We will see if it is one int dot parse. Yeah, like this, it's okay. This is okay also. You can use this one, convert that two integer can be, but we will try also this one int that parse. Yeah, whatever is here, they will convert to number. As integer, they will put in the age. Then we will display the output console that right line is equal to, we will put the name is, we'll show the name is, we'll put here the plus concatenation plus the age plus, we put years old. Yan. This is the, okay. So the output will be name is the age, whatever the age, years old. So the output will be like that. So we will run the program. Please enter your name. As you can see, the name is in the next line. I want here in the, after this this one, I want here. So how to do this one? How to do that? We will remove here. We will remove here the line. Yan. Here also, because right line, it means after this one, the next will be the next line. So right line is the next line. Okay, next line. It's like next line, enter, next line, enter, like that. So if you use right only, after this string, you will enter the next, like this. My name is JP and 32 years old. JP is 32 years old. As you can see, this is the output. As you can see, I need the space here. So put the space here and 32. Put the space here. Just put space here. Yeah. Then here. Okay. So if you enter here, example JP, and here 32 years old. Example, this is comment. This is comment. It will not read by the compiler. It's only comment. So for example, hit enter JP and 32. Here in the name, okay, the value of the name is JP is, this is fixed in the string. JP is 32 years old. Okay, we'll see. JP, enter, 32, enter. JP is 32 years old. Okay, very simple. This is very, very basic. We will know only here how to use this and how to put data on this variable. As you can see in the first example, what's the difference? The difference is here in the first example, we will put here, fixed number 5. When you run this one, is always 5 plus 10. When you run again, 5 plus 10. Because here you assign number, fixed number, which is 5. Here also, fixed number, which is 10. So the sum is always 15. But in our next example, here is we are asking the user to enter this name and his age. So it's dynamic. They can enter any name, they can enter a, any numbers in the age or whatever is age. Okay. We put here uh, uh, Juan de la Cruz, enter 50 years old. Juan de la Cruz is 50 years old. So Juan, Juan is put here. As you can see, this one is assignment operator. What is assignment operator? Assignment operator, whatever is here, it will pass here. It's like kung ano yung nasa, ano ba to, kaliwa, kaliwa, ito yung kanan. Kung ano yung nasa kanan, ilalagay mo sa kaliwa. Yung value lang. Halimbawa ito, JP, ilagay mo dito sa name. Parang papahawakan mo sa kanya. So, the name will hold by this variable. The age or the number will hold by this variable. So, this variable is this variable years old. Another, it's on. Alex, enter 30. Example. Again, Joanna, Jane, enter 29. Joanna Jane is 29 years old. Like that. Okay? Now, another example. I will delete this one. Another example is, okay, another example is to ask the user to enter his name, then to enter or ask the user to enter two numbers and automatically the system will compute these two numbers in four different results: sum, difference, product, and quotient. As you can see before, at example, we put fixed number. Now we are asking the user to enter. So what's the what we are going to use? For example, integer num1, num2. Okay, so console that write enter num1 enter num1. So num1 will be console.readline, but we will convert this one to integer int that parse. So int that parse, it means because readline is string, even you put number, it is string. So we will convert to int because the holder is integer. Then console that write enter num2. Num2 will be int that parse is equal to console dot readline. Yeah. Then we will declare here int sum div prod quotient. Para makuha natin yung mga sagot. So, ano yung sagot dito sa sum? num1 plus num2. Sa diff naman, num1 plus num2. Sa quotient, sa product, num1 plus num2. Then the quotient also, num1 divide num2. Okay, so we have a wrong here. If difference, minus. If product, multiplication. So, what's the result? Console dot write line, console dot write line, the sum is sum, like that. So we will copy this one for faster typing. So we will use this one, diff, difference, product, then quotient. Here diff, here prod, here quotient. Yeah, very simple. So these are the declaration of variable. We use integer. Okay, console. First, he will ask the user to put the number 1. Whatever he put, he will put here in the variable num1. Then ask number 2. This is double quote. This is not single quote. This will be error. Okay, whatever he input, he will put number. Then computation of this one. Sum, addition, difference, minus, product, multiply, quotient, division. When you run this one, enter num1. I will put here like this, so that it will not be readable. Please enter num1, for example, 2000. Enter num2 is, for example, 5000. This is the result. The sum is 7000. The difference is negative 3000. Why? Because num1 minus 5 is equal to negative 3. So product is this one. How many is this one? 10 million, like that. And quotient is 1. So very simple. Okay, understand? So this is our first topic. I hope you understand the very basic, which is very important in programming. Because if you did not learn here, or you cannot understand there, or in this example, the next example will be hard for you. So make sure you will practice this one in your programming compiler there. You will practice more, not only this one, but the logic here. You will know how to declare variable, and you know already how to ask the user to ask the number, or ask the name, or ask the whatever you want to ask. For example, if it is name, string. If this is number, integer, double, float, or whatever. This is the important one. You know how to ask. This is how to ask. Then this is how to compute. Then this is how to display the result. How to ask, there is 2 lines. The question and then the answer of the user. This one. Question and then the answer of the user. Then the computation and then the result. Okay, I will show you here. This is declaration. Declaration. Okay, this is comment only, so it will not be read by the computer. It's only to know so that you can understand. This is asking the user to input number. Yeah, same with this one. Here, the computation. So it's very readable program. Here, there's see declaration. First is declaration, asking the user, computation, and there's when you run it's 1000, 2000 will be like this. Okay, this is the first example. Okay, so for now, this is the end of example of the first topic. Thank you.